I want to start with some shocking visuals. As I said, not from one city, one state, but different places coming in right ahead of Christmas. From threats to cancellations to street harassment, public bullying. There are some dharm ke thekedar, those who have decided that the country will run exactly the way they want it to run. Constitution can be thrown in the dustbin for them. They don't care. They don't care what our constitution says, law says, it doesn't matter to them. If you are a so-called dharm ka rakshak, then you have the freedom to go across and do whatever you want. Look at these three visuals. Abused, bullied, and harassed in one place after another. Whether it's Madhya Pradesh, Haridwar, or Orissa. And I'm sorry to say, these events or people being harassed at the hands of the right-wing activists, extremists, goons, I'm sorry, but they are emboldened in BJP-ruled states, and that's a fact. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. And the government, which believes in the rule of the law, in the letter and spirit of the Constitution, must act against them. Or the question would be whether it's complicity or is that what they want, this kind of mobocracy taking over our country. I want to, in fact, tell you one by one about all these things. In Puri, a vendor selling Santa caps was heckled, a poor man trying to make living. In Jabalpur, a visually impaired woman was physically abused over conversion allegations by a BJP functionary. And then, of course, in Haridwar, a right-wing activist threatened a hotel which wanted to, in fact, have a party on Christmas, decorations. It can't happen in Dharam Nagari, Haridwar. That's what they wanted. I want to, one by one, in fact, tell you about all these stories. First, from Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. A BJP leader, this woman that you are seeing on your screen standing in a sari, she's fighting with a visually impaired woman, accusing her of religious conversion. In the video, this woman is abused in public while the police is present there, doing absolutely nothing. Not only does she accuse this woman of, in fact, participating in an event where allegedly she accuses this woman of, in fact, helping for religious conversion. Why have you brought your children? And because she's blind, this lady, the BJP leader in Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur, has the audacity to tell her that even in your next life, you are going to be blind. She goes on to say absolutely horrendous things to her. Right next to her sitting are her children. And they have to hear all this because there is state patronage. And why I'm saying state patronage? Because the policeman is standing there doing nothing. No questions being asked. There is absolute outcry on this. Then I want to take you to Puri. Take a look at this. This is a poor man, young man. He's not begging. He's not a criminal. He's trying to make his living by selling these Santa caps because it's the Christmas season. But now there is a new government in the state of Odisha. And these goons, I am calling these right-wing activist goons, are seen heckling this poor man on the street selling Santa caps. In the video, the seller is being told that they cannot sell Christian items in Hindu land. When did India become a Hindu land? When did we become a Hindu Rashtra? This bullying goes on. It has sparked a lot of anger. And once again, Odisha is a BJP-ruled state. These people should be booked and put behind bars. And then finally, from Haridwar, where right-wing groups threatened a Christmas event planned at a hotel near Ganga. They made a full video and they know that all these videos go viral. Some of them will be aspirants for a ticket, maybe from the BJP, because again, Uttarakhand is a BJP-ruled state. Following the threats, a hotel cancelled the event. The groups objected to Christmas celebrations in this hotel, saying that in Haridwar, No other religion should in fact go across and celebrate their festivals. This is growing intolerance, and this intolerance is growing only because there is a silence understanding from the state that nothing will happen if you do these kind of events. These three incidents, disturbing pattern, one after another. The question now we are being asked, what about the law and order? And what about the safety of the minorities in our own country? I want you to take a look at this report which sums it up.
Christmas is round the corner and it's season to be merry. But for some, it's the season to harass, attack, and bully. A number of videos have surfaced in the last few days where right-wing groups are up in arms against celebrations, church gatherings, or simply those selling Christmas stuff on roads. The most shocking is the video of a BJP leader in Madhya Pradesh's Jabalpur harassing a visually impaired woman in a church. The footage shows the leader making comments about the woman's disability and accusing her of conversions. In front of her scared daughter sitting next to the woman. All this while a policeman stands there, meekly trying to pacify the raging woman. The woman in the video has been identified as BJP district functionary Anju Bhargava. In Odisha's Puri, a band of men are seen harassing poor roadside vendors selling Santa hats ahead of Christmas. The agitated men insist that Christian items should not be sold in the Hindu state. The poor vendors trying to make a living stand helplessly in the face of this bullying.
हरिद्वार में होने जा रहा है गंगा किनारे क्रिसमस ईव सेलिब्रेशन वो भी पहली बार ये होगा.
In UP's Haridwar, a Christmas celebration planned on the banks of the Ganga has been called off after protests by Hindu groups. The government-run hotel along the Ganga Ghat had advertised a Christmas program scheduled for the evening of December 24th through social media promotions. The announcement quickly drew objections from members of the local priest community who questioned the appropriateness of holding such an event on the riverfront in a major pilgrimage center. Worried about disruptions, the hotel has quickly cancelled the event. This begs the question, why are these goons allowed to turn a festival into a flashpoint? NDTV Bureau Report.
This hatred for the other religion, this hatred for anybody else who doesn't follow your own religion is something that is reserved for people, for Taliban or for other extremist groups. Why is it seeping in India? And the only answer is, and I'm sorry to say, it's happening, all these three incidents from the BJP ruled state. There are videos from Delhi as well. BJP functionary, Ms. Bhargav, in fact, going on and making such filthy comments against a blind woman. In fact, going on to even attack her. This is happening because it is going unchecked. On one hand, while the Prime Minister, in fact, in 2024, he went for the midnight mass, he reached out to the Christian community. It seems that the people from his own party and from the right-wing groups, that message is lost on them. I want to very quickly go across to John Dayal, ex-member of the National Integration Council. He's joining us at this moment. Ishika Taneja is a Dharam Guru who's also joining us on the broadcast. I thank both of you for speaking to us here on NDTV. Ishika, I want to start with you first. Under which rule are people allowed to harass anybody celebrating their own festival in this country? Last I checked, the Constitution said it's a secular country.
I also believe it is a secular country, and I do not feel that anybody can actually tell anyone what to celebrate, what not to celebrate. But I also want to understand under what rule do people have the right to actually convert people, and it is very selected conversion. This Christmas celebration does not happen in any masjid. They do not go to any Muslim school called madrasa, but they want Hindu kids to wear those Santa caps. Then they do not want any, Christian convent school that we should have any tilak on our forehead. They don't want that we should wear any kalava. But they also want us to, sing those Christmas carols, and they want us to actually talk about Santa and we are being pressurized even in offices and all the MNCs that we need to be a secret Santa for somebody else when I'm not in favor of one specific religion. Then where is media at that time?
I'll tell you where the media is at that time, Ishika Taneja. Hold on to that thought. Hold on to what you're saying. I'll tell you where the media is at that thought. You are saying that Hindus are so gullible that anybody will put a Santa cap on your head and suddenly you will be converted into Christianity.
No, sir.
There are 2.2% Christians in this country. The 86% Hindus are so scared that anybody will come and just convert them into Hinduism.
I'm asking about the little kids who are going into convent schools because
their parents have decided that they will go to convent schools. What's your problem with that? Who are you to tell them which school should they go or not?
Anybody who's going to a convent school, they have been forced to wear caps, sing Christmas carols, and I am party to one of those.
Tell me, I have not seen any video of a parent outraging that they do not want to wear a Santa cap, or they don't want to celebrate Christmas. It's people like you who have a problem. If you have a problem, keep your outrage at home. Don't go and harass people. Are you okay with that woman, the BJP functionary, almost slapping a blind girl, telling her that you will be blind in the next in your next janam as well because you are coming to celebrate Christmas? Is that all right in this country?
There are 2 points in that. One, that is she is doing whatever she is doing by herself. Nobody is supporting her. Second, there is no next janam in Christianity, so she shouldn't be fearing that problem, that harassment should not affect her anyway. Third, she's been converting people softly in the garb of being blind and also having a kid along. Because
she's converting people. Have some shame, Ishika. Have some shame. Converting people in the garb of being blind. Converting people in the garb of being blind. Ishika Taneja, I wanted to go to John Dayal as well, but I want to ask, it's absolutely outrageous what you are saying. And I know why you're saying this, because it gives you that 15 seconds of fame. And it's my problem that I've got you on this show, but I want to ask you this. Tell me one thing. How many years has Christianity been in this country?
Sir, my problem is that...
No. Answer the question. For how many years has Christianity been in this country?
Sir, I do not know for how many years because I do need to learn the history of Christianity. What I really
if you don't know for how many years Christianity has been in this country, in the hundreds and thousands of years of its existence, they have only been able to convert 2.2% people. And you are in 2025 worried that they will go across, convert the entire country into Christians.
Sir, if you would give me the chance to speak, I would like to speak on that matter. First of all, I was in a convent
school. When you can speak something with sense, you can't say that a woman is blind and using her disability to convert people softly. This is shameful.
Can I please share my own experience, or am I not even allowed to speak?
First, you'll have to apologize to what you have said about the blind woman.
I am talking about, I was in a convent school, and I was in London School of Economics. I have studied in London, I've studied in LA, I've been in a convent education school. All of these 3 areas, people have come up to me to convert me, and I can state that time and again. Why this soft conversion keeps on happening even before we have turned 18, because they know those kids have that vulnerable mind and they can softly convert us.
You didn't convert.
To remove this kalema.
So you didn't convert.
Sir, this kaleva
don't show these antics, unnecessary.
This was asked to be removed But I was forced to wear those caps when I had no voice in our country. When I was a young kid, I was told to sing those Christmas carols, and every day we were told that we need to remember this every day.
You don't like Christmas, don't celebrate it. Why give, in fact, go on and give these sermons to others? John Dayal, I want to bring you in at this moment because it's almost like preaching to a wall. The fact is, they've made it as, at this moment, I have only mentioned 3 incidents. All these incidents from across different parts of this country, largely all 3 of them, the coincidence is that all 3 of them are in the BJP-ruled state. Is there a sense of fear as far as the Christians are concerned, or a sense of insecurity, around these festivals when you see these incidents?
From you that you do not want to listen to.
Thank you very much for having me on the show, and through you and this studio, I would like to greet your audience and you the joy and the peace of Christmas. I would also like to tell you, not of my anger at this young lady from the London School of Economics, quite patently LSE failed, but I want to tell you how hate has been normalized.
Religion I'm supposed to follow.
He did not intervene when you were speaking. Extend him the same courtesy. At least extend him the same courtesy.
No, you cannot call my alma mater.
At least extend the same courtesy to him. That's the least that you can do. No matter what religion you follow, being courteous is something that is told or taught in every religion. So now let him speak. I will come to you. Thanks. Sir, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. I would, as I said, like to focus not so much on these incidents. They happen every Christmas for the last 11 years, but on the normalization of hate, of venom, of violence. It is not just in these 3 states, it's been happening north, south, east, west, and mostly in the center, Chhattisgarh and Uttar Pradesh. We document these things. Over the last few years, last year, there were almost 800 cases of violence against Christians, many of them in the Christmas and the Easter seasons. This year, the figure may go over 1,000. Over 1,000 cases of violence against people who are innocent, entirely peaceful, haven't hurt an ant in this holy country of ours. What do our leaders say? Mr. Modi on 25th is coming to my church to light a candle. The Vice President was our guest at Christmas dinner, and we were his guests at Christmas lunch the next day.
Okay.
But this tokenism doesn't permeate. Officially itself, 25th is also the birthday of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Some government in the past made it Good Governance Day, but you don't enforce it with such venomous zeal, forcing people to come on 25th. Children in their schools, if they don't come, if the teachers don't come, if the teachers or students don't come, it will be held against them.
Right.
What is the state telling us? What is the state telling these people in Jabalpur? What is the state telling all these people? You've got 1,000 pastors arrested over the last 12 months on charges of fake.
Let me come back to you, sir. Let me ask
How can there be a fake
Ishika,
conversion?
while you were saying that, people are forced in schools to wear those caps, sing carols and so on and so forth, that might be your grouse, but the fact is a street
Nobody's
vendor
forced.
selling the Christmas caps.
If you go to any market, people buy those caps.
Absolutely. Somebody coming to him is buying those caps on his own volition. What right does anybody, you or anyone has, to go and heckle that man who's standing there selling those Christmas caps? If somebody wants to come and buy, they're buying of their own volition. What's the problem in that?
Sir, I'll tell you what is the problem. Like Sir said, with all due respect, now, sir, please, it's my time. Thank you so much, sir. I waited for your time.
So this is not fair. May I just point out...
Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming to you, sir. Just give me a second. Let her respond. I'll come to you. Go ahead.
Sir, this is the problem. Like Sir very softly said, and he called out on my alma mater, which is London School of Economics, that it failed, not because of looking at my degree, but because I had made my choice not to get converted into Christian. So, according to Sir, if I'm speaking anything against the pressure that I had faced during my time of education, instead of understanding that I had passed with the best grades possible, that I was also, doing extremely well in my education, he just said that LSE totally failed. So, what usually happens is that they are very soft-spoken. They do not really confront you like the radical Islamists, but softly they inject us with their thought processes and they make us do things which are wrong. So, if we would like to promote the problems that are there, like Guru Gobind Singh Sahab Ji or Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahab Ji, their sacrifices is something that we would want to propagate. We do not want to propagate what.
So you propagate that. Who's stopping you from doing that? If a Christian wants to propagate their religion, what is the problem in that? I've studied abroad. Nobody forced me to, in fact, convert into Christianity. I don't know what kind of people that you interacted at LSE. So many people I know that have studied in LSE and have come out with great flying colors from there. But I want to know one thing. In India, the law tells you that you can celebrate your religion, you can preach your religion, you can't forcibly convert people. If there is any forcible conversion, you can go and complain. Beyond that, why are people taking it on themselves to do this?
They take advantage of your situation. My question to you, sir, is that why?
May I say something?
Why is this bias?
You have called me here.
Only towards
May I
Hindu?
speak?
Why don't they go to
My people who are being
why don't they go to any masjid?
insulted, beaten up, harassed.
Tell me one thing. They are celebrating their festival. Are they allowed in this country or not?
Why vulnerable kids? Why in schools and
So
colleges?
when the Prime Minister, the Vice President and the President go to a church, are they propagating Christianity? Are they telling people to convert?
Exactly my point. When the president is supporting them, they should not have a problem. It should be an individual problem. Then this mudda should not be, this case has to be overlooked because it is only done by one person. But it is an issue.
It is not overlooked because even then the message does not percolate to people like you that people are allowed to celebrate their festivals without any fear. That's what this country does. John Dayal come in at this. Ishika is saying that because of her own personal experience, she feels that there has been this soft conversion approach which is taking place. People are trying to convert, and that is a problem, that these symbols are a propagation of conversion, towards conversion.
Is that question for me?
No,
Sir, I think
Mr. John Dayal.
I need not say anything. My case and the case of my people has been more than proved in what we have heard in the last 20 minutes. All I want to say is, sir, it is for the government. By the way, the right to propagate is in the Constitution in letters of gold, in the Constitution of India. The right to profess, practice, and propagate a religion, any religion. It doesn't name religions. What I wanted to say was something different. The rule of law must prevail. For the rule of law to prevail, the rulers, the makers of the law, the implementers of the law must enforce this rule of law on people who are ruffians or thugs, as you call them, goons, as you yourself call them. I don't have to call them.
Okay.
How can anybody convert anybody by force in a country where of more than 120 crore Hindus, where the Prime Minister, the President, the governors, the police officers, the Thanedar, the Chaprasi, everybody is a Hindu.
Okay.
How can anybody force anybody to become a Christian?
And eventually, even if there is a complaint, that has to be dealt in accordance to the law. There are laws for it, not people outraging and taking the law in their own hands and trying to, in fact, teach a lesson to anybody. And Ishika, I also heard that you've been outraging about what has happened in Bangladesh. You are well within your rights. Everybody should, in fact, speak in the most vociferous voice in what is happening in the attacks on the minorities. But you lose the moral right to do that if you, in fact, propagate hate against the minorities in your own country. I will leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast.